Hi all, welcome to our awards COVID style. I sat down with Frank and Peter a few nights ago on Zoom to have a chat about the season and who we might nominate for the various awards. I suggested then that what we might do is a recording of our Zoom conversation. Suddenly the connections to Frank and Peter went very dead, so I'm left holding the can here for the awards. So bear with me. We were quickly talking about the season and how it came to a sudden stop at the end of February. I'm sure you can all still remember that Arctic day when we played at High. Little did we know that was going to be the last game of the season. Thinking back about it, we were thinking of some of the highlights during the year. How we'd made it through to the Premier Division with some great wins in the first half of the season. How that Premier Division had certainly brought our game along. Who can forget the day that we nearly took Tullamore that Sunday in the Midland League. That was one of the highlights of the season. And I suppose then, on overall team perspective, to have so many of our team players selected for the Midland League panel, with those players that made it at the start, and then we had a couple of players that were spotted by the scouts later on. So it's great to have such a representative on that Midland panel. Hopefully for you that the summer camp kicks off, I'm sure you'll do Mullingar proud. So on to the awards. The first one is Club Mate of the Year. Again, all of the awards that we had to choose are very, very hard to decide. So a few people that came to mind with Club Mate of the Year this time round were Cian Walsh, who had that horrible leg break early in the season. He was great to stick around and support the team throughout the season, and he was making a great comeback when COVID came in. So really looking forward to seeing him next year, and I know he's going to make great strides. Another lad that is responsible for a lot of these grey hairs, I think, Jack Tynan, has always brought a great bit of life around the training pitch and at games, and so he upped his game this year, he's been around and a great supporter of the team, but he also came to mind. Yet with all of these, there can only be one winner, and I suppose this year, when we were thinking back about it, we thought about this player who has supported, been with the team, I think, could be since under sixes, under sevens. He's now school in Wilson's, so he's trying to keep two teams going, and he really makes a huge effort to get out to train with Mullingar, play his games with Mullingar. So that guy is Kieran Byrne. Well done, Kieran. Looking forward to seeing you again next year. Hardest award, I think, to pick is the most improved player. Always difficult, and it's funny when we look back at the last couple of years, the most improved player has always gone on to really shine the year after as well. So the people that came to mind this year were Tiernan Fallon, who is really improving every time he hits the field, and I know there's loads more in him. Michael Murtagh, he disappointed when he didn't make the Midlands panel. What did he do? Put his head down, worked really hard, and it paid off. The scouts came to look at us in Naas, and they recognised his talent, and he got the call up to the Midland panel. So, just shows you what hard work and dedication will do for you. But our most improved player of the year is a guy that goes about his work efficiently, quietly. When we look back at it, we realised we picked him number one for his spot every single game, and that guy is Cormac Oates. So Cormac, well done, and great, fine performance during the year, and you're a well-deserved winner of the award. So the heat was off us when we get the Player of the Year, because that's ye guys, ye pick the Player of the Year. And in truth, you always make a great choice. Nominations this year included Paulie, Jude, Stefan, Connor, all fine nominations, and you couldn't argue with them. But the player who by far received the most nominations, as the clear choice of ye, was Thomas. And you couldn't argue with it. From his try-saving tackle in the dying seconds against Wexford to his overall performance during the year, he just stood out. I had the pleasure of seeing it up close one day when I was refereeing a friendly there against Rossgrey. And when you're out there, you realise the dedication, the power, the commitment, the strength of Thomas. So, well-deserving Player of the Year. Well done to you, Thomas. And we look forward to having you back again next year. I'm not going to keep going for too much longer. Just a few thank yous. One time, Peter and Frank, seeing they wouldn't come on the video. But Ben and Darren, thanks for all your work during the year. Thanks to all the parents for supporting us and helping out behind the scenes, doing teas, coffees, etc. And finally, thanks to Orla for holding the medical bag during the year. It was great to have your help. See you all again next year. Keep it going. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome to the Under 16 Awards. I just want to congratulate you guys on doing so well this year. I think you are a fantastic bunch of lads. Everything myself and the boys ask of you, you do with willingness and eagerness, and I love the way you just want to learn and you want more and more every year. It's got to the stage now where you're coming up with all these fantastic ideas yourselves, your willingness to try everything new, you work together, you problem solve. It's good to see, and it's great to see the way you guys are developing. This year we were very lucky. We made the Leinster League semi-final. We made the Midlands League final, and who knows what might have happened with the cup had it gone our way. So you delight me every year when you come back. You're a great bunch, and I love working with you, and I know the boys do too. So this year we were lucky to have Mitchell Miller from New Zealand join us. It was good to have his expertise, something a little bit different. He was as big as a pup as you guys were, so sometimes it was hard to separate you guys, but it was lovely for him to tweak some of your skills that you guys already had, some of your kicking and passing, and to give you a wee bit of knowledge on his aspects of the game. So it was fantastic to have him around. On behalf of Alan, Martin, Shane and myself, we'd like to thank you guys for turning up every day, and for sometimes in really, really bad weather, some of the rest of the teams might not come and train, and you guys still persist and come out, and it's really good to see that. So it's your willingness and your want to achieve greatness, it's fantastic. So this year we were lucky enough, we had a few new players. We were joined by Kieran, Owen, Hugh, Kevin, Luke, who unfortunately decided Gaelic was his love of the game, so disappeared again. But we had Mark from Spain who joined us, who'd never played rugby before. Now, unfortunately, he left at Christmas to go back home, but it was great to have him. And then we have Conor Moore, who trains with us as well as his own team, so trains 4 nights a week. So it's great to have him around as well. Great willingness and eagerness to learn. So, guys, thank you very much for a great season. So moving on to our awards, we had Most Improved Player, which was our first one. And this young man, I think, has improved greatly year on year, not just this year, but this year in particular. I find he's become more vocal. He's seeing a lot more. He sees his gaps. He sees what's happening in the game. He's able to nearly pre-tell what the next step is with the other team. His passing is phenomenal and has improved very well. His speed, his fitness, everything about him he's just done fantastic this year. And I think a lot of the team, the lads will agree with him, or with me and the boys. So we have nominated Cormac Grimes for Most Improved Player of the Year. So well done, Cormac. I think you did very well, and I'd like to see a lot more of you next year. So congratulations. Moving on to our Club Man of the Year. This young man, we had a bit of a situation at the start of the year where we lost Breen Cooney for knee surgery. He was our number 10, and we were trying to figure out who could fill that spot and who had the capability and the ability to do that. So we asked Dave Williams to step down from his captaincy role, asked him to focus only on the number 10 role, which he did. And I think that has put him in great contendership for Team Man of the Year. He never quarrels, does everything that's asked of him. He has made the 10 role his own. If the lads are ever acting the mick or need to be reeled in, he'll always call them over. He'll exercise with them, he'll warm them up, he'll do anything that's ever asked of him, and he's just been a fantastic young man. His passing has improved, his kicking has improved. He's been working with Mitch this year. He's tweaked certain aspects of his game. He was appointed to the Midlands team last year, and I think that has helped improve his game as well. He's just done fantastic. So Dave Williams, fantastic, well done, congratulations, you're our Club Man of the Year. Now moving on to our players' player. This was cast out to our players this year to vote for their man of the year. So this was actually very tight, and there was 5 guys who were nominated in this. We had Kieran, Julian, Ross, Dara, and Dave Williams again. So it actually became a tie for a little while, and it was decided by 1 vote, which was quite amazing, really. So they ended up, the tie was between Dara and Ross. Ross was our captain for this year. Ross is everywhere. He's fantastic. He's in every ruck. He's in every tackle. He's like, I don't know, a wild man going around the pitch. He's like a crazy person. He's everywhere. He's fantastic. His work rate is just fantastic. He's everywhere that he needs to be. He sees everything in the game. He's a great captain. He was great at spurring the lads on this year. And unfortunately, you were beaten by 1 vote. So it went to, this guy is a ticket. He just cracks me up. He went from when I took them over at under 13s with the lads. He used to say anything, and now you can't shut him up. He's everywhere. He's talking. He's funny. He's a trickster. He spurs the boys on. He's very witty. I know he's some lovely memes of Alan and Martin done. Thankfully, I have never got one, not that I know of anyway. So even like when he's been hurt, he gets up, he goes again. He's just crazy for his sports, as I'm sure it goes to all his sports. He bruised or broke or hurt ribs this year and still wanted to play, but we had to run him. He turned up to training. I was like, no, you can't play. So he's fantastic. His work rate, his ethics, everything is very well about him. So I think the boys chose right this the player. So it goes to you, Darren McCormick. So well done, boys. Congratulations on a great season. All you put in a superb effort. Superb even. And I can't wait to see you all next year, and hopefully we'll have a good crack at it again. Okay, take care. Thank you. Bye.
Hi all. Look, doing this on video feels very weird. But we'll crack on and I'll give it a go. Look, it was another strong season for under 16 girls. I say you guys were among 4 teams that absolutely dominated the first division, and you were consistently up towards the top of the grade. So I'd like to congratulate you on your season. And I say it's a shame, with a real prospect of a trophy, that the season ended prematurely like it did. Look, anyway, the big change for this season was the introduction of contested scrums and lineouts. And look, in this regard, I thought you guys handled it fantastically, and your results showed. And I'd like to mention a few of you in particular: Kelly Burke and Kara Mulcahy, handling and moving that to that hooker position. I thought you guys were outstanding. You're exceptional. Fantastic season. Well done. Neo Talu, moving around the forward pack as you had to, as you did for us, and even covering that prop and roll. I thought every time you come on, you had a stormer and a great season. Well done. Orla Wallace, coming back from that operation on your foot and moving straight back into rugby, coming from the forwards to the back line and having the impact that you did. I thought you did a great job. Again, well done to yourself. Look, there were a number of girls, this was their first season, and so many of you showed such fantastic promise that I'm really looking forward to seeing you hopefully come back to us next season. I think you can take things a lot further. And I say you have a lot further to go. Okay, look, before we announce Player of the Year awards, excuse me, on behalf of Damien and myself, we'd like to thank the parents group and Clara Jane for your work behind the scenes, after games, in terms of our hospitality to our visiting teams. I thought we were second to none. Without your encouragements and your supports, this season wouldn't be half of what it was. So we really hope that you enjoyed it as much as what we did. Moving on to our awards. I'll start with our most improved player for the year. We're going to hand it out to one of the youngest members of our team. I saw leaps and bounds in terms of ability and confidence. I could apply that same description to a number of others. But the backline didn't function as well when she wasn't there. So we'd like to hand this award to Abby Norris. Congratulations, Abby, on Most Improved Player of the Year. Our team member of the year goes to a girl that managed the team on the field and was central to any crack or mischief, and 9 times out of 10 organised it. And like her predecessor, had such a bonding influence on the team that made us such a good captain. So congratulations on Team Member of the Year to Sophie Trainer. Well done, Sophie. Now, our Player of the Year award could have gone to so many of you. I saw so many instances throughout the season of outstanding performances. But one girl that possibly did this on a more consistent basis, and it was impressive all year. I don't think she had a bad game, was Anya Hayden. So congratulations, Anya, on Player of the Year for ourselves. And look, with such a fantastic group of girls that you are, obviously we're hugely disappointed with how the season finished. But I suppose the upside is that the next one is just around the corner. So I look forward to seeing you all then. Cheers now. Bye.